Well, good morning and happy Monday. It's Leza live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. All right, at the very top, we have to discuss Dave's call earlier in the show prior. And he said that Drew and Phil are the only intellectual hosts in the morning on this radio station. Was that a direct insult? Towards us?
I'm just
me
glad
Matt?
I am not a host, so I don't count. I'm fine.
You
I'm
tell
just
me,
a
Drew.
sidekick.
You tell me.
I'm on the other side of the glass. I don't count.
I'm listening and I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, you can imagine we were laughing in here. Both Phil and I were just enjoying ourselves.
I think he meant that Phil's the most intelligent out of everybody that hosts that show, right? Is that what he meant?
I would agree.
Okay, all right. Phew, because I'm listening. I'm like, how did I get drug into this?
Dave, I think you need to call in 928-541-1016 and let's discuss this.
Let's discuss. Anyhow, I never claimed to be the most intelligent. That's not our goal here, right? We're a variety show.
We're a variety show.
Yeah, we talk about, news
Everything.
news you can use, and, things you're not going to hear on the hour prior to this one.
That's for sure.
So there you go. So let's talk about our weekends.
Okay.
How was it? Did everybody have a good weekend? Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Did a lot of work.
You did a lot of work.
Yeah, getting ready for Thanksgiving,
Right.
people coming over, so,
Yes.
got the due list to do.
Good. Did you check it all off?
Oh, pretty much.
Fantastic. That
Yeah.
feels good, doesn't it?
I don't like to stress over the holiday, so I'd rather, take your time,
Right.
plan it, get this done. Everything's good.
Yep, absolutely. What about you, Maddie? You have a good weekend? You're looking awful tan.
I went flying on Saturday, which was a lot of fun.
Which means your remote control
My
airplanes.
RC airplanes, yes.
Okay.
That's not real ones. I don't fit in them very well.
Oh, well.
Especially the little guys.
The RC ones are way more fun anyway.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I
Yeah.
have had several friends that have been at Embry-Riddle students that have moved on in their lives, and they're like, yeah, I'd rather do this all day than fly full scale.
Right.
But, they still love flying in general. So do I. I
Yeah.
would fly full scale if I could. But
Yeah.
no, I flew my RC, and then I rode the motorcycle afterwards all weekend.
Oh, how fun. You had a fun weekend. Look at
So-
you. Living the dream.
I was trying to. I'm trying
Yeah.
to learn from you and Drew.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I just read a story
So-
this morning that a happiness expert says that if your weekend is so packed, it feels like you didn't even have one. She says you need to look at your weekends like a vacation. And I swear that's what I do. I
agree.
Yeah, she says that, take care of all your stuff that you have to do during the week. And if you look at your weekends like a vacation, you'll rest a little more. You'll have more fun. You won't feel pressure to get so much stuff done. And I was like, oh, gosh, that's exactly how I feel when I'm having a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on a mini vacation.
That
So-
is not how I feel, but
no,
it's okay.
but it
Well, see-
sounds like you're taking a page from the book and
I'm getting better.
having a
yeah.
good time.
Yeah, I mean, on Sunday I put like 50 miles on.
on your
Just
Man, I'm
around.
jealous.
Where
Yeah.
did you ride?
I went just around town
Yeah.
from over to Prescott Country Club and then up Old Black Canyon Highway all the way through the back way. Did you know they paved between Stone Ridge and Prescott Country Club? I didn't
Oh.
even realize it was paved that whole
How
way. It used to be dirt.
nice. Yeah, that's great.
And then I kept going up to the hotel, and then I was like, oh, I'll go downtown. So I went downtown, and then I
you.
came back, and then I hit Fane and went around to Fane to Glassford and then home.
Very
so it was
nice.
like an hour and a half or so.
And how you feeling? More confident on your motorcycle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I just don't trust everyone else.
Yeah, well, don't they say that is what you do? That's
Yeah.
defensive driving, right?
Oh,
When I taught my kids to drive, I'm like, always look out for the other guy. Don't trust anybody to stop at that light.
Absolutely.
Don't trust anybody to see you. Just always keep your eye out for the other guy.
Yeah, I've always been insanely defensive,
Mm-hmm.
like in my vehicles, my cars. But now on the motorcycle, I just assume no one sees
Right,
me
right.
at all. Even though, how do you miss someone my size?
Right.
But people still can't.
It's very easy. You just got to pretend. It's called Casper.
Yeah.
Yep.
They tell you just got to pretend like you're a ghost. Nobody sees you.
Yes.
So, but I'm envious. See, I feel good. I'm rubbing off on him.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's wonderful. You can get on your motorcycle and somebody said, "Where'd you go?" And you say, I don't know, but I had a good time.
Right.
You just
right.
go until
You're
the
just
light comes
riding.
on to get gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's
how was your
awesome.
golfing?
Golf was beautiful. We had a 1 hour frost delay, so we rush out of here. I mean, I was home by 10:15.
frost delay?
Yeah, in Scottsdale. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What?
well, Cave Creek, really. But yeah, so we were rushing to get our tee time 1:30, and we get there at 1, and they're like, "Oh, you're not playing until 2:30." So we got a lot of practice in,
All
which
right.
is good. Which is good. We had a great time, and the weekend was a ton of fun. I mean, we played golf, like I said, and then we went to my nephew. He plays hockey for Brophy Prep down in the valley.
Okay.
We went to his hockey game, and he scored a goal. And then we watched just a little bit. Oh, we watched the F1, the Formula One race on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs game on Sunday. And we drove home during the Cardinals game. Thank goodness we didn't stay longer to watch it.
It was rough.
Yeah.
They just didn't have anything going.
No, that's what it
They
sounds
literally
like.
looked like they didn't show up. Yeah, it was bad.
You didn't
Dun,
watch
dun,
the ASU game?
I watched the ASU
Okay,
game. Yes.
all right.
Thank you. Wasn't that
That was a
something?
game.
That was a game. I heard this morning that ASU has been ranked by AP at number 14. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So
Good for
the
them.
problem is that this is the big rivalry week after Thanksgiving. We're going to take on U of A. And usually when ASU is having a fantastic season, they lose to U of A. When U of A is having a fantastic season, they lose to ASU. So let's hope that doesn't happen on Friday.
Yeah, the rivalry game has always been the question mark. It doesn't matter how well either team is
Right.
doing. It doesn't. The rivalry game is its own thing.
I know.
Right.
And I've been to several of them.
I have
I love
too,
'em.
but we need to win. We need
We
to win.
have to.
Yes, it's important.
Go
when,
Devils.
When your Dempsey, my oldest daughter, went to U of A, and one year we went to the ASU U of A game, and Scott and I were dressed as Sun Devils, and the girls were dressed as Wildcats, and we sat there, and ASU creamed U of A, and nobody said anything.
Oh,
We sat there, Scott and I, we're like cheering inside, but we didn't want to. We didn't want to rub it in because we're parents, and I know that she was over there just stewing a little bit. But yeah, it's a ton of fun.
oh, I got stories on that.
Yeah,
My senior year of high school, I decided I was going to go to ASU early.
yeah,
And I already had my dorm booked well before even like Labor Day.
yeah.
But so my dad was like, "Oh, I'm an alumni. I'll sign up and I'll get tickets." He got alumni tickets to the ASU U of A game, and we walk in and they're in the middle of the U of A alumni,
Oh,
and we're all decked out in maroon and gold
love
in
it.
Tucson at U of A. I'm not joking. There was about 4 or 5 people that tried to pick a fight with my
oh
dad.
my God!
They were all
Really?
drunk and they were.
Oh my
like,
gosh! Come
"He's-
on!
Look how old he is. Leave him alone. He's so old.
Back
Yeah,
then he
that
wasn't.
was-
He wasn't that
That was
old.
24 years
So
ago,
he'd
so
have
he
been,
still
what,
would have been in
60?
in his 60s.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's not that old.
I don't know. He
The
looked
older
pretty
you
old to
get,
me.
the older you get, Matt.
It's not old.
quicker you'll realize.
It's not, the 60s are not old.
He was feisty.
Yeah, that's a funny story. Our family lost a really great family member over the weekend. Scott's first cousin's husband, they've been married, I would say almost 40 years, if not 40 years.
Wow.
Passed away from a massive heart attack on Saturday morning. So sad. What a great guy. We all loved.
Prayers.
Thank you. I mean, to his wife, they were true love. One of those couples that were meant for each other. And he passed away, and he was in his 60s. And it's just, I would say even early 60s. So anyway, that was a damper on our weekend, of course, and it doesn't go away, too quickly when you lose somebody that close. That was so wonderful.
Yeah.
But and then other sad news, not to compare, but the Badgers, too bad. I know that you and Phil broke it all down, but it was just heartbreaking to see that both the football team and the flag football team lost over the weekend.
It is unfortunate, but give them credit.
Oh,
Look at
for
how,
sure.
there was only 8 teams that went to the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
and they made it past the first round,
Yes.
which is wonderful.
But I think when you lose, it's even harder because you've come so far. I think.
Losing sucks
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Put that on a T-shirt.
It's just tough. But I will say this for the girls. They did great. First year, ground
Oh,
up.
for
I mean,
sure.
grassroots program.
Yeah.
No, no what do you call it? Trying to get your players and recruiting.
Recruiting,
They didn't have any of.
Sure.
Hey, let's get some. And they did fantastic. They have.
Some
They
great
really did a
coaching.
great job, and they should be proud of themselves, as the Badgers football team should be.
Right.
So
Right.
we just got to get behind them and
Yep.
cheer them on.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Next year.
Absolutely. Yep. There's always next year. So congratulations to all of them that had such great seasons. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Been a good sports year.
Yeah.
You know,
It really
ASU.
has. Yeah.
Well, Cardinals. We'll talk about them later.
Yeah.
But Prescott. I mean, it's awesome.
Right. It's been a ton of fun, hasn't it?
Very much.
Yes, I agree. And then I had the sobering thought yesterday. Football season's almost over.
No,
I mean, the Super Bowl's in February. We are right there.
we have
'Cause
8 games.
You
left.
know how fast this month is going to go.
Yeah. We have 8 games.
Okay, 8 games. So, all right. I guess
8 weeks.
we still have some football. But this month, I mean, it is the 25th of November. Christmas is 30 days away, people. How's the shopping going there, Maddie?
I'm not gonna shop. I'm just gonna make things.
You're going to make like potpourri or something?
Sure. You know,
Go get some sticks out of your yard.
I'm gonna act like I'm back in kindergarten, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna make like stick figures and like
I love it.
hand turkeys, and
I can't
Here you
wait
go,
to
Ma.
get my hand turkey.
you'll love it.
Why don't you make those pasta necklaces?
Even better.
You color them and then you string them, and then we can nibble on them during the show.
You know, one thing.
What?
One thing I was thinking about doing is, everybody sends out Christmas cards. And,
Yeah.
oh, look, our family. And
Yeah.
this. I get so many of those.
Send out one.
And I just look at one and I just like cry. So I was thinking what I'll do is I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I talked to Santos. We'll see. This might happen.
Yeah.
But
Take a picture, just you.
No, me in the Jeep.
Yeah.
And I like lie across the top of it, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, me and the Green Goblin
Yeah.
had a wonderful year. We
Right.
miss you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Yeah,
funny.
I think that's good.
You got to do it.
Be ridiculous.
I used to be all into the Christmas cards before the internet, before Facebook. Now I don't do them anymore because I know everybody's up to date. When I get one, I'm always like, oh, I just saw you yesterday. But I mean, I get the reasoning behind it, but I don't do I used to be so into it.
To remember what everybody looks like. Right?
Yeah, well, probably, yeah. But
Okay.
now you just get online. Funniest Christmas card I ever saw. Mateo, my son-in-law, lived with a young couple as a billet family when he played for the Chicago Steel. So he lived with this young couple, and they were newlyweds pretty much. And the husband's like, we're going to billet this hockey player, and she's like, what? And it was a really great situation because they weren't much older than Mateo. But in their Christmas card, there was the couple, they're all in their pajamas, the couple in front of the tree, and Mateo.
I love it.
And he's sitting there in his pajamas.
Yeah, like underneath them, like their kid or something.
Yeah, like their
Oh,
kid.
that's awesome.
And he was, 20. So funny. Such a funny Christmas card. I loved it. I loved the humor of it all. And now that family has 3 daughters. So no more Mateo in their Christmas card, but that was funny.
I think you should make a special appearance just for the heck of it.
I should make a special
No,
appearance.
he should.
He should, right,
Yeah.
right. Wouldn't that be funny? Up by the tree.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
In pajamas.
In pajamas. Yeah, footed pajamas. Oh gosh. Yeah, so 1 month until Christmas. That's amazing, isn't it? Thanksgiving is so late this year. But I was going to rush home and put up my tree yesterday, but then I thought I have to take
No.
down the fall stuff because the Christmas, and I'm like, no, I'll do it next Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a-
Christmas.
we got a
Christmas
tree right there.
starts.
We have our tree right here, courtesy of Arizona's Christmas City Committee. Look
Yay.
at that. Yep, they brought it in. So, I mean, actually, technically, we're good.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything up. I'm counting that as
You're
mine.
counting that as yours. You can actually take it home over the holiday and put it on
Sweet.
your mantle or your coffee table or something.
Yeah, I don't have a mantle. I have a coffee
You
table.
have a
though.
coffee table.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Very
it might
good.
get lost and everything
Very
on
good.
there.
Yeah, right. Oh,
It'll
man.
never
the
come
visual,
back.
The visual. Today's the presidential turkey pardon. Silly American tradition continues. And that happens at the White House. They've been doing it on and off ever since the Truman era in the 1940s. For a second straight year, 2 turkeys from Minnesota will be transported all the way to Washington, D.C., just to be pardoned and not turned into Thanksgiving dinner. Instead, they'll live out their lives in an animal sanctuary. They're like, ha ha. Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of a weird
It's
tradition.
a weird one.
We're not doing turkey we're doing, remember pre-Thanksgiving on Wednesday, we're having Greek. We're doing lamb instead
Oh,
of
wonderful.
turkey. and moussaka, stuffed grape leaves, rice pilaf, and Greek salad. I said to Scott, I said, you should tell everybody that's coming so they're not surprised and disappointed.
True.
And he's like, are you kidding? Nobody will be disappointed with that. You know, it's his dad and his brother. Everybody's Greek.
Yeah, they expect it.
Yeah, hopefully. So.
Or maybe they'll be like, well, this isn't special. This is just regular dinner. Where's our turkey?
Yeah.
Well, and then we're going to go down to my brother's the next day and have the turkey and everything.
Oh, there you
So
go.
we didn't want to do turkey.
No, that's
That's
too
a
much.
lot of turkey.
Yeah.
Speaking of, guess how many calories the average American will eat on Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm going with 3,500.
3,500. You're
Yep.
not far off.
I was looking at 5.
5,000 calories. The average American's caloric intake during the Thanksgiving meal is just 2,092 calories, which doesn't seem that bad, right?
Well, that's
No.
not an Italian household.
It's a
then.
lot.
right.
I can tell you
right?
that.
Exactly. But they say that that doesn't include snacking, leftovers, or booze.
Like I said, 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000. That's right here. Some people aren't kidding themselves this year. 14% of people are planning to eat over 3,000 calories, and 4%, that includes Drugel over there, are planning to eat over 5,000 calories. And so, yeah, gear up for it. That's a lot of walking to burn that off, isn't it?
It's a lot of stairs.
It's a lot of stairs. But
Yeah.
we're all looking forward to it. Now, if you could have one celebrity join you for Thanksgiving instead of like Aunt Mary, I have an Aunt Mary. She's fabulous, by the way. Who would you pick if you could pick one celebrity to spend Thanksgiving with?
Living or dead?
I would say living. Dead would be kind of weird.
Well, it's a hypothetical,
Well, I
so
mean,
sometimes they do that.
If it's dead, you're going to say
But-
Elvis, right?
I mean, no, well,
Isn't
maybe.
everybody?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. No,
But,
who would it be?
Right now, I mean, it's my future ex-wife, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, she's
So,
on the top. She's in the top 10.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's number 9.
She has to be by herself, though. She can't bring her
She
husband.
can't bring her husband.
Nope, Colin Jost has to stay in New York.
Are you going to actually cook for ScarJo?
I'll do anything for
Okay.
her.
All right. Nice. He'll do anything for her.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Drew? One celebrity top your list?
I would probably go with Rosalind Sanchez.
Who?
Rosalind Sanchez.
I don't know who that is.
She was she's a Latina gal.
Yeah.
She was in Rush Hour 3.
Okay, we'll Google her.
Yeah.
Google her.
She's
We'll Google
very,
her.
very, very beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
you'd say. Well, the top 5 on this list on the internet. 84-year-old Patrick Stewart would
That'd
be
be
number
interesting.
5. Yep. Hugh Jackman, number 4. Meryl Streep, number 3. Robert Downey Jr.,
Well,
number 2. And number 1 on the list, 87-year-old Morgan Freeman.
Huh. All
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
Well,
What-
Meryl
no
Streep.
Taylor Swift?
Meryl Streep is not a dude.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Well, kind of.
What? Shut up.
No Tay-Tay?
No, Tay-Tay's not even in the top 15. Johnny Depp is 14. Really? Tina Fey, number 10. Jennifer Aniston, number 8. Jimmy Fallon, number 6.
Now, is the Robert Downey Jr. the one today that's sober?
Yes.
Or okay.
I'm assuming it's sober. We got to move on.
I was going to say, it'd be more fun if he wasn't.
All right, coming up next, we're going to be chatting with the executive director of the Charlotte Hall Museum. Stuart Rosebrook will be back with us and talking about Christmas and Arizona's Christmas City and all the things that Charlotte Hall Museum is doing to celebrate. So stick around for that. Right now, choosing the right OBGYN office is a crucial decision for women and their health. At Prescott Women's Clinic, their dedicated team of compassionate professionals prioritizes your well-being throughout every stage of your life. With state-of-the-art facilities, personalized care plans, and a commitment to open communication, they strive to create a comfortable and supportive environment. From routine checkups to specialized care, their experienced OBGYNs are here to empower and guide you on your health journey. Trust Prescott Women's Clinic for comprehensive and compassionate women's health care. Make an appointment today at one of their 2 convenient locations, Prescott or Prescott Valley. Give them a call, 928-778-4300, or reach them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA. Joining me in studio once again, we have Stuart Rosebrook, the Charlotte Hall Museum Executive Director. Good morning, Stuart, and happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning. Well, happy Thanksgiving. It's
Thank
great to
you.
be here.
Thank you. We're 3 days away. Are you hosting, your family hosting this year?
Just the four of us. Our daughter's flying in from Santa Clara from grad school, and our son is home. So the four of us are going to be cooking a turkey out on the grill and just having a good time as a family.
I love it.
We're gonna go down to the valley to see family on Friday. So
Okay.
see my mom and Julie's parents and aunts and uncles. It's a family weekend. It's
Yes.
Thanksgiving. Got to get together and break some bread and celebrate everything we are grateful for.
Yes.
Really looking
Thanksgiving should be every day, right? We should have that spirit in our heart every day, but we especially come together in November for Thanksgiving. And I asked the question earlier, if you could pick one celebrity, Stuart, to join you and your family on Thanksgiving, who would it be?
Well, I'd have to say right now, if it didn't have to be someone living, I would say I'd like to have Thanksgiving with Charlotte Hall.
Oh, there you go. Perfect answer.
She would be amazing to
Yes.
talk about how Thanksgiving, how they celebrated it when they first got here from
Right.
Kansas in the 1880s, and they were trying to make their homestead and farm work here. And then by the time she was living in the governor's mansion, what Thanksgiving was like in the 1920s, I think she would be an incredible guest to talk about Arizona history, life on the Arizona Territory's frontier. You just sit back and listen. Maybe share some poetry.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Right? And maybe
your answer's much better than mine. I said the Kelsey brothers. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, I feel stupid.
No, I kept trying to think, who would you want alive today at your Thanksgiving table? Would you want like a famous chef? Would you want someone like, George Strait or Jimmy Buffett? Or would you want, someone who would... It's a great question. Or maybe a family member you wish was still with you for Thanksgiving.
Definitely.
I think it's a wonderful weekend. It's one of a favorite holiday with a lot less pressure than Christmas. I think it's a perfect one if everyone could get home through the weather and travel safe.
Exactly.
I love Thanksgiving.
I do too.
And all the leftovers.
Now, do you guys do anything that's a little different as far as a tradition on your Thanksgiving Day table?
Well, I think the one thing that's always surprised people is that I do the turkey.
Yes.
I've cooked the turkey for years. My dad did, and we do it out on the barbecue.
Yes, my dad did the same thing. And it's definitely different, isn't it?
It is.
It's delicious.
And Julie's very happy not to have to deal with it in the oven. And
Right.
it frees up make some pies and cranberry sauce. But I think that's we have fun monitoring it and always trying to figure out how to make it so it doesn't burn too much out on the grill. But it's
that
delicious.
Crispy skin is something else.
Oh, yeah. And always get a larger turkey so we have some leftovers.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, like we said, Thanksgiving is coming up this week. Everybody's looking forward to it. But we should talk a little bit about the history of Christmas celebrations here in Prescott. I mean, Charlotte Hall Museum marks a lot of different holidays and has a lot of history, of course. So maybe you could share a little bit about that with us.
Sure. And I think that, one thing that is great about Prescott, and this is one of the biggest times for the city and our community as a Christmas city. We're an official Arizona Christmas city. And I think that our community comes together. We celebrate and we share together. We help support those in need. And then we also come together and celebrate with the courthouse lighting. On December 7th, we're going to have the parade. And then we have Frontier Christmas at Charlotte Hall the evening of December 7th, following the parade and the courthouse lighting. And we get 1,000 to 1,500 people that come over to celebrate the traditions of a Frontier Christmas, going back to the earliest years of the pioneers here in the territory. And we got lots of cookies and cider. And we love everyone who comes over after the lighting and enjoys our Frontier Christmas.
Fabulous. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about the Frontier Christmas. What was it like? How was it different than it is today?
All right.
The modern celebrations that we all experience today.
You got it.
All right. More with Stuart Rosebrook, the Charlotte Hall Museum Executive Director, coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, We all know life is full of surprises, but a dental emergency doesn't have to be one of them. When you're in pain, you just turn to the experts at Pro Solutions Dental Group. Their friendly staff understands that emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere, and that's why they're here for you when you need them the most. With cutting-edge technology and compassionate care, they'll have you feeling better in a flash. Don't let tooth troubles hold you back. Call Pro Solutions Dental Group today and put that smile back on your face. 928-776-1208 or reach them online at PrescottDentist.com. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA on a Monday morning. We have Stuart Rosebrook, the Executive Director of Charlotte Hall Museum, in with us this morning, talking about Christmas past, the history of Christmas here in Prescott. You said that you guys have a frontier Christmas that you celebrate after the lighting of the courthouse. What did it look like back then?
Well, I think that as the settlers moved into the area, they brought their traditions with them. That we know that a German immigrant, Mr. Rodenberg, he was one of the first to cut down some local fir trees. And we don't know if he had his own tree lot, but I know that probably people would go up into the what we know now as the Prescott National Forest and local forests and bring some of their traditions into their simple homes. And as the town developed, people started building homes that look more like the Midwest or the East. But probably from the research I've done, even in my own family history, Christmases were modest. They reflected the humble nature of the families coming together and sharing what they could in the pioneer era. And I think that it would be interesting to study how Prescott has celebrated Christmas over the years, and I'm sure that at the governor's mansion they opened the home and celebrated Christmas for the community, since it was one of the centers of the town. Mm-hmm. But I think that in talking about this morning, I'm interested to go back and see what different traditions were celebrated over the decades as we grew from a territory to a state.
Right.
And then we now have tens of thousands of people who come to Prescott to celebrate our traditions of Christmas here, and we really welcome them. It's a very big part of our annual cycle here as a city. And at Charlotte Hall Museum, we welcome everyone. It's it's only $5 to come in for Frontier Christmas that Saturday night, and it's free for children 17 and under.
Oh, how lovely.
It's a really wonderful family night. And if you remember, it's free.
It's free.
That's right.
So tell us, what can we expect if we come to a Frontier Christmas at Charlotte Hall Museum after the courthouse lighting?
Well, the campus will be beautifully decorated for Christmas. Father Christmas will be greeting all over in the transportation building. We'll have luminarias lighting the paths across the campus. There's going to be cookies and cider over near the Mercantile Pioneer Village. There will be warm fires in our historic log cabins and ranch homes on campus. Probably some surprises in there for the guests. And then people will also be able to make some of the traditional decorations that families and of all ages can join in making decorations. And then our printing press also has special posters and cards they make every year. I've been told that people come every single year to collect the special Christmas prints that are made over in our print shop.
Wonderful. Will there be shopping in the museum shop?
Most definitely. Our gift shop will be open, and we have got a great selection of items for the holidays, as well as a bookstore, and lots of treasures that people can take home. And all of the profits, of course, support the goals of the museum annually. It's really one of the coolest little shops downtown, and you're shopping in the historic Bashford House, which was saved and preserved and brought to our campus, which I think makes it extra special. So you're in a Frontier home shopping for special little items for your family over the holidays.
I love it. I love it. You guys also celebrate the season with a radio show. Explain what that is. I was a participant last year. It was super, super fun. You guys do this every year. Tell everybody.
Well, the radio show, and I was on it the first year as the Ghost of Christmas Future, and it's called now, it's presented by Charlotte's Radio Theater, A Prescott Christmas Carol. And originally the first show was only about 20-25 minutes. It's now we have 2 one-hour shows, 5 and 7 o'clock, and it's an adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol to Frontier Prescott. It's $25 a ticket, but we have local theater celebrities, and I think everyone's going to really enjoy the show. It's done in an old radio style, and I'll be one of the ghosts again this year, and we should be a lot of fun, and it's great for families, and bringing back a little bit of that old-time theater with some of our local theater favorites here in Prescott. I think everyone will enjoy it.
It's a really fun experience.
It is.
How do people get tickets? Because I think last year it sold out.
It sells out pretty quickly. You go online to charlottehallmuseum.org, and you can click through our events section, and that's where you can purchase your tickets and reserve your seat over in the Education Center.
Okay.
And it's our website, really, between our website and Facebook and Instagram, we are trying to keep everybody informed of what's happening at the museum. So check it out and get yourself signed up right away.
Fabulous. Can you tell us a little bit about who will be performing in the radio show?
I don't have the full cast list. We probably need to put out announcements this week to tease everybody who the local stars are going to be. So we will get a list out there to let everybody know.
Awesome.
And who some of the surprise guests will be this year.
Okay.
So
nice. Well, that is taking place on Thursday, December 12th. Like you said, 2 seatings, 5:30 and 7 p.m. And like I said, get your tickets because it will probably sell out.
Right. I think it's 5 and 7.
5 and 7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Fantastic. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about your personal experience with the holidays, including being in the 1973 version of Miracle on 34th Street.
All right.
Let's talk about you. Coming up next here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Right now, just want to remind you all that Black Friday is the day you want to be at the Artful Eye Jewelers between 10 and 5:30. And actually, you're going to want to get in line before 10 o'clock because the first 30 shoppers get an Artful Eye goodie bag containing jewelry. Who knows what's going to be in that goodie bag? You're going to want one. One lucky shopper will also receive a pair of 1-carat weight lab diamond stud earrings valued at $900. They're going to have specials up to 60% off select jewelry. That's at the Artful Eye Jewelers starting at 10 a.m. on Black Friday. This Friday, smack dab in the middle of Whiskey Road, downtown Prescott. Welcome back, and thanks for listening. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA. Stuart Rosebrook, the executive director of Charlotte Hall Museum, in with us once again, talking about Christmas and all the things going on at the museum. But let's shift gears a little bit and talk about your personal experience being on Miracle on 34th Street back in the 70s.
Right.
Tell us what you played a part in the movie?
I did. It was a
Yes.
very small role, and the story is that my father, after Junior Bonner was produced here in Prescott in 1971, returned to Los Angeles. That's where we lived in North Hollywood, and was building his career. And he was writing for the Waltons, and very good friends with Earl Hamner, who'd written The Homecoming, a classic Christmas Thanksgiving special, of course. Mm-hmm. And he was called and asked to and hired to adapt the classic Miracle on 34th Street for television. And so they and my father was born in New York, before he came to the Orem School at 9, almost 80 years ago this January, February. So he had grown up in New York as a boy. His father worked in New York. His mom was from the Bronx. And so he was very familiar with the Macy's Day Parade. And they they went back and they said, okay, this is going to be one of our big Christmas specials of the year. So it's 1972. They went back for the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and they filmed it live. So they had, and with the actors, and Sebastian Cabot was cast as Kris Kringle. Mm-hmm. So then they came back to California, and they filmed Macy's in a downtown warehouse, and they turned it, Macy's in as Hollywood does with their magic. And so they asked us all to be extras. Fielder Cook was the director, who we knew real well, and our neighbors and their kids. We all went down. We all had to wear winter clothes on a warm day in downtown Los Angeles. And so we're doing all we're walking around. If you watch Christmas shows that are in big cities, so Miracle on 34th Street is originally set in the 40s, mm-hmm. and this is now the modern version with Jane Alexander and Sebastian Cabot and David Hartman. And the director comes over to me and says, we'd like you to do something special in this next scene, and we're going to have you take this squirt gun, and you're going to take 3 steps and shoot Santa Claus in the face with a squirt gun.
And how old were you at the time?
I was I was 9 years old.
Okay.
And so I had to put the squirt gun between, in my belt,
mm-hmm.
loops.
Yeah.
And close up my jacket. And they said, so Sebastian Cabot turns to me, and I didn't want to pay me any union rate, so I didn't have any lines.
Okay.
So they just said,
that's too bad.
And oh yeah, that's right. So I take 3. He said, take 3 steps and fire away. And so he goes, little boy, what do you like for Christmas? And so 1, 2, 3, down to my knees, and on 2 takes, right in the face and right in the eyes. And so later on, Sebastian Cabot wrote a little autograph to me, to the fastest gun in the West, Kris Kringle, Sebastian Cabot.
That's awesome.
And I still have that in a notebook somewhere. And it was, I told my parents, though, I said, I don't know. I didn't get a lot of roles after that. I was a naughty kid. I said, what happened to my career after that?
Santa's like, bad list. He's on the naughty list.
But my dad loved Christmas, and he wrote a number of Christmas shows after that, and it was one of the things that he became well known for. And he had some very special Christmases here, which I think both in New York, he would go home from Orem in the wintertime, but a couple of Christmases he didn't get to go home. And the family story is there wasn't any room on the trains because all the soldiers were coming home.
Oh,
and so he would be the only student at 10 and 11 years old left behind at the Orem Ranch. But they would take him out every Christmas. Uncle Chick would take him out to go down and cut the family Christmas tree down. They'd drive into the National Forest. So it's Christmas is very special, and my dad celebrated it in his writing and passed on that joy to us and with my mom. And
lovely.
Great Christmases.
Do you watch most of your dad's Christmas shows during the holiday
We
season?
try to,
yeah.
He, Miracle on 34th Street, and then later he did one with John Denver called The Christmas Gift.
Oh, nice.
And then he did one called Hobo's Christmas, and which is really fun.
Yeah.
And so it was. We are always look forward to the holidays to watch those, and
right.
I think they're still on syndication, and people can sit down and enjoy watching local writer Jeb Rosebrook's Christmas specials.
That's cool. How do you have those shows? Are they on videotape? Are they on reel to reel?
Let's see. I think we have all three of them on VHS.
Okay, VHS.
I don't. And maybe Hobo's Christmas has been issued on DVD, but we do have a prize collection of some of them just taped right off the TV.
Yeah.
35, 40 years ago.
Yes,
they're real treasures.
I love it.
Yeah,
that is really cool. What a cool experience for you.
It was, and my sister got to be an extra as well, and my mom and some of our neighbors, and everyone got to. It's like, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
So,
do your kids tease you?
A little bit, a little bit, They, but what an experience, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Wonderful. We're talking with Stuart Rosebrook from the Charlotte Hall Museum. He is the executive director. Coming up after this quick break, we're going to talk about what's coming up new at the museum in 2025. Also, let's talk about Giving Tuesday, memberships for gifts, all the things. Coming up next here on Leza Live. Stay with us. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Stuart Rosebrook, the executive director of Charlotte Hall Museum, my guest this morning. And we're heading into 2025. What's coming up new at the museum?
Well, Snaps and Clasps, which just opened, it's our big new exhibit in the Center Gallery, will continue until July.
Okay.
And it's rotating fashions from the collection. So people should continue to come over if they haven't seen it. There was a big article in the Daily Courier this Sunday highlighting the exhibit. And then in February and in April, they'll be refreshing the exhibit with more. We have a deep collection of fashion that have been collected over the years from the 1870s to the 1970s, so people should look for that. We also are going to be developing a new exhibit on Charlotte Hall's early years in Arizona in the Prescott area. It'll be opening in the West Gallery. It'll be a photo exhibit from our archive. It's going to be a really fun new exhibit. And then we've received some recent nice grants that have allowed us to buy some new cabinets in the lot for the lobby of the Lawler building, where we're going to be rotating exhibits again, trying to bring out more out of our collections and archives for our locals and visitors to see. So I think one of the first ones is going to be an interesting interpretation of what we have on tobacco in our collection.
Yeah.
And so these new cabinets are going to allow us to bring curiosities and different things and themes out of our collection and be able to rotate them. So we're loving all the foot traffic, everyone coming back to the museum regularly to see our new exhibits, to come for lectures that we have planned for next year, for our Living History Saturdays. So we really got a great year planned ahead of us. And we're, planning, of course, Charlotte Cellar in May, and the Prescott Indian Art Market will be in September. So we just we're creating an atmosphere so that people just say, what's happening at Charlotte Hall? I want to go over there again. Let's go now. There's a new lecture. There's a new event. And so we're going to continue our Twilight Tales in the evening. And so lots of fun to have at Charlotte Hall Museum for all generations. It's going to be a fun year.
Right. And you can be a member of the museum, and that has lots of perks, correct?
It sure does. Being a member and being a sponsor of the museum is a really big deal for us. Being a member, it gets you at least 10% off everything in the gift shop. It gets you discounts or free entry into a lot of our events. You get the first news of what we're planning at the museum. And then, members help spread the good news and bring more people in. And so we're really building strong membership across the community, as well as sponsors. Our sponsors help us throughout the year from our business community. And at Thanksgiving, we are really grateful for their support, because we couldn't do the exhibits or the events or the educational programs we do for local school children across the Quad Cities and even down to the Phoenix area. Students come all the way up from the Valley to learn about Arizona history at Charlotte Hall Museum. And we couldn't do it without our sponsors.
Well, if a business is listening and they'd like to sponsor, how do they get more information?
Well, first, again, go to our website, charlottehallmuseum.org.
Okay.
They could also email me at stuart.rosebrook@charlottehallmuseum.org, or development director sally.jackson@charlottehallmuseum.org.
Okay.
Contact us, and we'd love to sit down with you and help you become a sponsor of Charlotte Hall Museum.
Perfect. Now, I'm thinking gift ideas. Not only can you shop in the museum shop, but you can also give memberships as gifts, correct?
They sure can. Memberships are wonderful. It's individual, for two, or I think the best gift in membership is the $100 4 passes. And what you do is also get with that is the NARM pass, which is hundreds of museums across North America gives you entry to those museums. So your value goes on and on and on as you travel and enjoy museums across the country. And so, I think memberships are a great way to surprise a family member.
Yes. How fun for that person that has everything. Get them
That's
a membership
right.
to the Charlotte Hall Museum.
That's right.
It's a gift that gives all year long.
That's exactly right.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's talk a little bit about Giving Tuesday. That's coming up next Tuesday.
It is.
December 3rd.
That's right. And we are really fortunate to have great support for Giving Tuesday. Our goal this year is to raise $5,000. Last year, our sponsor was True Value of Prescott.
Okay.
This year, our good friend, our good friend at True Value, Suzanne Springer, sponsored it last year. She's on our board. And Steve Blair of Blind Brothers of Arizona, they are our matching sponsor this year for Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
And Steve is getting involved with the museum and Blind Brothers. We are very grateful. And so on December 3rd, you can go to our website and help match Blind Brothers of Arizona's $2,500 gift so that we can raise $5,000 minimum that day for Charlotte Hall Museum to help our programming, our education, and our exhibits. It really helps our bottom line and our annual fund. So
wonderful.
We're so grateful.
Okay, so you don't have to donate $2,500. What Stuart's saying is you donate whatever you can.
That's right.
And if you guys make $2,500, Steve is going to match it.
That's exactly
right.
That's
fantastic.
That is exactly right.
Well, what another nice way to give a gift in somebody's name. Give on Giving Tuesday.
That's exactly right. You honor your family member, honor your love for Prescott, and help support our goals to increase our educational programs on campus and our exhibits, and help share that Western heritage, pass it forward to the next generation.
Right. Well, God bless Steve Blair and the folks over there at Blind Brothers Arizona. They take care and sponsor so many different things, and they're just so generous. So thank you, Steve, for doing that.
Oh, we're very grateful.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we just have about a minute left. Why don't you tell us, let's just go down the list again of what is coming up as far as your Frontier Christmas after the lighting of the Courthouse Plaza on December 7th.
That's right. Earlier in the day, you can see Charlotte Hall in the parade. And then after enjoying the Frontier Christmas on the December 7th, come on over. On December 12th, get your tickets ahead of time for the Prescott Christmas Carol, December 12th at 5 and 7 o'clock. Get your tickets, $25 a piece, and enjoy a classic old radio show. And come enjoy the campus and shop at our gift shop in the Bashford House and get some treasures for family members over the holidays.
Perfect. Can you get into the museum shop? Do you need to pay an admission to get into the museum to go to the shop?
No, the shop's open Tuesday through Sunday,
Okay.
10 to 4, same hours as the museum. But if you just want to come over and do a little shopping, come on over. We're open Tuesday through Sunday, 10
Lots
to 4.
of unique gift ideas,
Most
right?
definitely. And we're starting an author series, too.
Okay.
So you may come on over and realize that very soon one of the authors that you're purchasing their books will be having a show. They can come on over and meet the authors and so
Get an autograph.
Exactly right. Thank you, Leza.
Stuart, thanks for coming in this morning. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. My pleasure. Thank you.
Check it all out online and follow socials as well. Thank you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.